At Enactus UNSW, we transform experiences to generate a brighter future. Hi, I'm Samantha Yun, and I'm joined with my colleagues Cecilia Lee and Marcus Nguyen. In the past year, we strengthened R6 projects and started new journeys, turning what was once the challenge of remote work to our advantage. The African STEM Education Initiative is just one of the ways we've done this. Partnering with a social enterprise in Uganda, we provided STEM workshops for primary schools across Fort Portal and are establishing a makerspace for all. At this very moment, we are running face-to-face workshops funded by our crowdfunding campaign at Start Some Good. If you believe we all deserve the opportunity to pursue our passions, we'd like to invite you to help us by pledging your support. Today, we have two journeys we want to share with you. Circiex, an AI-driven app diverting textile waste, and Quicksand, saving the earth and time through smart dispensers.
By the time you finish watching this presentation, 6 tons of clothing have been sent to landfill, leading Australia to rank number 2 in the world for textile waste. With a mission to extend these clothes' shelf life, OpShops in Australia hopes to see more consumers walk through the door, purchasing items before they were sent to landfill. However, op stores are seeing a decline in annual sales. This trend is in contrast to the blooming sustainability hashtags on social media. Looking around, more than 1 million young Australians are interested in a sustainable lifestyle, adopting second-hand apparel 2.5 times faster than any other age group. Our survey shows that OpShops' inaccessibility is its biggest obstacle to capture this opportunity. This $500 million industry is operating on a traditional model that hasn't changed for nearly 50 years. While fast fashion hopped onto e-commerce platform, providing a fast and convenient shopping experience, OpShops are only providing 10% of their inventory on their websites. So why don't OpShops simply develop their e-commerce platform? There are 2 reasons: lack of technology innovation, and more importantly, limited human resource. Solely depending on volunteers, it takes on average 30 minutes to photograph, describe, price, and create a listing for a single item. It is simply unfeasible to allocate volunteers to only catalog inventories during their shift. On top of that, OpShops' pricing system depends on a vague outline and volunteers' subjective opinion.
For customers, they too face a unique set of issues. Right now, OpShops have seen a renaissance through eco-friendly youth looking to purchase second-hand clothes. They want to save money whilst making those eco-conscious purchasing decisions. So, why isn't this a more common practice with eco-friendly youth? The first is that time is money. When our consumers are trying to save money, they end up doing it at the expense of their own time. Not everyone is free to jump around from shop to shop, especially with COVID check-ins and distancing making it more inconvenient than ever. The second is that the amount of time you spend doesn't mean you're going to find the right item, in the right style or even the right size. This makes it hard to consistently buy clothes and find them too. As a result, eco-friendly consumers haven't had the best offline shopping experience, and all the alternative online shopping markets are either too niche or inaccessible for them to find the right item at the right price. But what if we could provide that easy access for our eco-friendly consumers?
What if it only took 2 minutes to catalog an item?
This is where Circiex comes in.
Circiex is an application that uses AI and machine learning to automate the cataloging process. For OpShops, volunteers simply use the app to take a photo of the item. Features and descriptions are automatically generated. Next, prices of items with similar features are aggregated and averaged. Then the machine learning model will take into consideration consumer demand and markup to generate a best price recommendation. Finally, this item will be listed on our platform, taking only 2 to 3 minutes for the entire process. We expect OpShops to see a 90% increase in digitizing inventory. Ultimately, our goal is to create the largest online platform that aggregates OpShops across Australia.
For customers, they can be happy that the clothes that they are buying are ones that would have been sent to the landfill. The clothes that they are buying are the ones that they would have found at a much higher price at a fast fashion retail store. And they can do this all from the comfort of their homes, getting the clothes that they actually wanted. Circiex's current business plan is based on a commission model, where every listing that is posted onto our platform has a 10% commission fee. This 10% will be used to cover all the fixed and variable costs that come with maintaining and developing the application. The rest of the proceeds go to the op store that created the listing, giving back to the community as a whole. In the past year, we did our first test with books in partnership with the Salvation Army. We chose books because books are an easier product to train and validate our AI model with, but most importantly, we needed to validate the hypothesis that our consumers were more willing to buy online. We sold 20% of our listings in 2 months using our AI-generated prices, and this showed us a few key things. The first is that all people needed was an accessible online platform with which they were more willing to start and continue buying from. The second was that even with our markup, people were willing to pay that tiny bit extra for an increased accessibility, meaning we could maximize the amount of revenue that op stores get. Since then, we've refined our AI to a 90% accuracy in cataloging clothes and are looking to partner with eco-friendly delivery services.
In June, Circiex will implement on-site trials with partnering op shops, deploying to multiple locations in December. In a year's time, we will divert 22,000 tons of textile from landfill, cataloging 980 op shops inventory, reaching 244,000 consumers, increasing sales, thus donation, for $9.7 million.
We've shown you the power of Circiex when applied to books and clothes. As we improve our AI, our platform can be expanded to give any old item another chance. We recognize that there's a gap for the second-hand and e-commerce markets to combine, creating a revolutionary system for the future of online shopping.
Seeing the success from Circiex, we powered through our momentum to create new experiences. Quicksand incorporates an innovative app with a centralized reporting network and a hand sanitizer dispenser to solve 2 key problems: the lack of recyclability in current dispensers and the inability to track dispenser usage. Quicksand's journey began in our bedrooms last year as a response to the coronavirus. In 1 year, it is estimated Australia will use 154 million bottles of hand sanitizer, or approximately $2 billion worth. Now, businesses all over Australia have been investing in hand sanitizers. For the 2.3 million small businesses in Australia, hand sanitizer has an estimated cost of $500 per year. And for large businesses, this could rise up to $100,000. And whilst this is a huge cost for businesses, there is a greater cost for the environment. With the spike in demand for sanitary materials, the use of single-use plastics has skyrocketed. Working with executives at Intech Chemicals for 6 months, we've realized that there's multiple concerns with the current dispensers, ranging from insufficient sizing to the use of non-replaceable plastic. Single-use dispensers alone contribute an estimated 6 million kilograms of plastic into our landfills each year. Furthermore, dispensers are typically made up of a mix of materials, ranging from cheap poison plastics like PVC to rubber. With demand for hand sanitizer expecting to increase, this is a real concern we wanted to solve. That's why, in the past year, our team has created an eco-conscious blueprint for a 1 litre and 5 litre dispenser. Our key achievement is a fully functional prototype of the 1 litre dispenser. For an eco-friendly design, we've used recycled plastics to 3D print our initial prototype to allow for direct refills, eliminating the use of one-use plastic cartridges. Furthermore, we aim to transition our main material to wood, a renewable, reusable, and recyclable material. But what are the key risks? To us, it's ensuring health and safety standards. To reduce these risks, we've successfully conducted safety testing for electrical components and designed it to be no contact and tamper-proof. As we were co-designing this solution with Intech Chemicals, we identified a second problem: the significant time lag between depletion and refill. So how can our customers easily monitor dispensers to know when to refill them? That's why this year, we worked closely with UNSW's MCIC Makerspace to improve our prototype to use the Internet of Things. This enables us to send data from multiple dispensers into a centralized app, providing real-time updates. From a system map, faulty or depleted dispensers would notify the operator, allowing for better monitoring of liquid levels. Our reports would then allow operators to identify key trends and improve supply distribution. Our next step is to develop a working app prototype with an alert system involving multiple smart dispensers. Ultimately, our goal is to sell and offer both solutions to Australian businesses. By using a refillable system, we've lowered cost of hand sanitizer by 35%. And for this industry as a whole, it could translate up to $616 million saved. This is our unique value proposition to them. Currently, our design is undergoing an application for a provisional patent, and going forward, we plan to test the desirability and the optimal pricing model. In addition, our app will be released as a subscription-based model. For our next steps, we have a pilot in the works with a boutique hotel, and we'll seek to understand how much they spend per month on hand sanitizers and lower our pricing model below their average monthly cost. This will then inform our go-to market strategy, either targeting cooperation with heavy investments into sanitizers or environmentally conscious businesses. Our current prototype costs $300 to produce. This is due to the high cost of using recycled plastics for 3D printing. By using wood as the main material for mass production, we have estimated costs to reduce by 75%. And beyond COVID, we'll look to expand our dispensers to function for any liquids, like soaps and sauces. This is to ensure product sustainability and that we will not cause additional waste once demand reduces as the pandemic dies down. We've seen an optimistic reception to our journey so far, and as we present to you today, we'd love for you to join us in the cause. If you own a business or work for a corporation using disposable dispensers, please contact us. Together, we can reduce plastic waste and achieve an estimated reduction of 30 million kilograms of carbon dioxide per year.
We've taken the issues head on this time, from our living rooms to the real world, creating tech-based solutions like Circiex and Quicksand to not only solve our issues, but to create revolutionary new experiences for everyone as we transition out of COVID. And with all these ideas, Enactus UNSW is going to make a difference.